Hi guys, today we are going to check el pretérito imperfecto in Spanish, so we're going to learn how to use it. First of all, what we're going to use is to learn how to um, use the correct conjugation for this tense, okay? So we have, as you know, we have in Spanish the verbs that finish with AR, the verbs that finish with ER, and the verbs that finish with IR. Okay, so look at this. Okay, wait a second. I'm going to write some examples. Here I have estudiar, I have comer, and I have vivir. Yeah. Okay, so three verbs, three regular verbs in Spanish. The first one finishes with AR, which the sound in Spanish is R. So here we have a verb that finishes with R, which is estudiar. What we are going to do with estudiar is that we are going to eliminate AR, so we're going to eliminate R, and then we are going to add the endings depending on the personal pronouns. Okay, listen. For yo, I'm going to add the ending aba. So I'm going to say estudiaba. Yo estudiaba. For tú, I'm going to add the ending abas. So I am going to say tú estudiabas. For él, ella, usted, we're going to use the ending aba as in yo, same ending here, and we're going to say él estudiaba, or ella estudiaba, or usted estudiaba. Okay? So for nosotros, we are going to use the ending habamos. So we're going to say nosotros estudiábamos. Okay? For, for vosotros, we're going to use the ending habáis, and we're going to say vosotros estudiabais. For ustedes, we're going to use the ending aban, and we're going to say ustedes estudiaban. Okay? So that's the way in which we're going to use this chart. For example, let's try to use now the verb comer. How is it then the correct how can we make the correct endings for comer? So we're going to add the ending in the same way. We eliminate er, which in Spanish has the sound er. Okay, we're going to eliminate er, and then we're going to say yo comía, tú comías, él comía, nosotros comíamos, vosotros comíais, ellos y ustedes comían. Okay? Now, the last verb, vivir. Okay? So we can say, yo vivía, tú vivías, él vivía, nosotros vivíamos, vosotros vivíais, ellos o ustedes vivían. Okay, and this is the way in which we are going to conjugate these verbs in pretérito imperfecto. You have to remember something. In Spanish, in pretérito imperfecto, we have just three irregular verbs. What are those three irregular verbs? Well, let's check. Give me a second. Here we have our three irregular verbs in Spanish in pretérito imperfecto. Okay, the first one is ir. Okay, ir, as you know, this one is to go. So, how is it the conjugation? We're going to say yo iba, tú ibas, él iba, nosotros íbamos, vosotros ibais, ustedes, ellos iban. So, for example, I can say, yo iba a la escuela todos los días. I used to go to the school every day. Used to go to school every day in the past. Remember, imperfecto, first situation. Here we have the first situation. Imperfecto is to talk about habits or customs that we used to have in the past. So it means that we use it to talk about things that we used to do often in the past, okay? So yo iba a la escuela todos los días. I used to go to school every day, okay? This is translated in English as used to, okay? Let's continue here. We have the irregular verb, which is ser. Remember that we use the verb ser for description, for nationality, to express the name, the job of a person, and the form in the pretérito imperfecto is this. Yo era, tú eras, él era, nosotros éramos, vosotros erais, ellos, ustedes eran. For example, I can say, antes, which means like before or in the past. Antes yo era muy delgada. So before I used to be very slim or very thin. Antes yo era muy delgada. Okay, description. And here we have the third irregular verb in pretérito imperfecto, which is ver. And I can give you an example, okay? Well, first let's read the conjugation. Yo veía, tú veías, él veía, nosotros veíamos, vosotros veíais, ellos, ustedes veían. For example, cuando era niña, when I was a kid, yo veía caricaturas. So when I was a kid, I used to watch cartoons. Cuando era niña, yo veía caricaturas. I can say that. Okay, remember, these are the three irregular verbs in pretérito imperfecto. The last part, and this is where we have here, okay, these are some time expressions that can help us to identify el pasado imperfecto or pretérito imperfecto in Spanish. Okay, here we have antes, cuando era joven, cuando tenía 10 años. Okay, here there is a mistake. This is 12, and here we have 10, but you understand this. Here it says, todos los días, todas las mañanas, todas las tardes, normalmente, habitualmente, siempre, a menudo, con frecuencia, cada día, cada mañana, cada mes. Okay, I'll try to give you an example for each one. Okay, what was the first situation that we have to use pretérito imperfecto? We use pretérito imperfecto to talk about habits or customs in the past. We use number 2. We use pretérito imperfecto to talk about descriptions in the past. If you want to describe a person in the past, if you want to describe a place, an object or thing, if you want to describe a situation, you can use pretérito imperfecto, okay? And the third situation that we have is to express two things that used to happen at the same time in the past, okay? First, I'll give you an example for this time expressions. So here it says, antes yo comía. Remember the conjugations. Remember that most of the verbs are regular. Comer is a regular verb. So, antes yo comía muchos dulces. So, in the past, I used to eat many candy. Okay? And here I have, cuando era joven. When I was young. Cuando era joven, yo estudiaba mucho. Estudiar, remember, you eliminate the ending and you add the correct ending depending on the personal pronoun. So, antes, cuando era joven, yo estudiaba mucho. Good. The next time expression. Cuando tenía 10 años. Here it is 10, okay? So here it says 12, but we need 10. 10. Cuando tenía 10 años, yo leía mucho. We have the verb leer, so to read. So when I was 10, I used to read a lot. Cuando yo tenía 10 años, yo leía mucho, like that. Or I can say, cuando tenía 5 años, cuando tenía 15 años, cuando tenía 20 años, okay, you can change that. Here it says, todos los días, every day in the past. Todos los días yo comía con mi familia. So every day I used to eat with my family. Todas las mañanas me lavaba la cara. Every day I used to wash my face. Todas las tardes veía, remember the verb ver, which is irregular. Todas las tardes veía televisión. Normalmente, in the past, normalmente hacía, the verb hacer, normalmente hacía las tareas en la tarde, ¿ok? Normalmente hacía las tareas en la tarde. Habitualmente ayudaba a mi mamá a lavar los platos. So habitually I used to help my mom to wash the dishes. Siempre comía a las 2 de la tarde in the past, right? I always used to eat at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay. A menudo, so often. A menudo jugaba con mis hermanos. Often, so I used to play with my brothers often. Con frecuencia iba a la casa de mi abuela. I used to go to my grandma's house frequently. And the last one that we have here is each day, cada día jugaba mucho, or cada mañana leía, o cada mes visitaba a mis abuelos. Okay, so each day I used to play, or each morning, um, I used to read, and each month y cada mes, each month, I used to visit my parents. Okay, guys, so this was an explanation for you to use pretérito imperfecto. I hope that you had understand. Remember, you can review or you can watch the video again. If you want to use the charts, remember, everything here is in order. First, you use the charts, and then you can read these time expressions and you try to say things that you used to do as part of your daily routine, but in the past, as part of a habit or custom in the past. Or you can describe something or someone in the past, and you can express two actions that used to happen in the past at the same time. For example, and that is a time expression that we don't have here, but I'm going to write it. So, yo trabajaba mientras que, so I used to work while, yo trabajaba mientras que mi hermana hacía su tarea. So I used to work while my sister used to do her homework. Okay, so this expression is mientras que, to express two actions that used to happen at the same time. Okay, guys, I hope that you have liked it, and remember to always study.